All right, we're back at it again. This is part 5 of Building with Kevin, and this one will be first pushing the subtext, the delving deep into web creativity, down instead of up, like the dev heading. So when we first load the site, it goes up for the Kev the dev, but what I want to do is instead of pushing the delving deep into web creativity up as well, it'll go from the middle, Kev dev will go up, and then the delving deep into web creativity will go down. So it's a slight change, not much needs to occur, but that's the first thing that we're going to do. I think it'll look a little bit better. And then the next thing we're going to do is start on the second section, which is going to be the image of me on the right-hand side, and then some text about me on the left-hand side. And then the text will be inset into the bedrock, the dark blue area here, and then the image here will look like a cave. So then I'm going to do something like this, where I'm going to have all four corners kind of create a circle or like a square-ish, and then I'll put my image in the middle, and then when you scroll, the image will slightly be inset into the cave, so it looks like it's a little bit more 3D. So that's the second thing that we're going to be doing, and then the inset for this will slowly ease into it. Once you actually start to see it, it just won't be listed there. Once you scroll down, then you'll see it kind of pop up, and it'll be a cool animation. And I also, just on my own time, I thought it wasn't really too important to record, but I put these little cracks here and I set this in a little bit lower just so it's not like popping up with three rocks. So not a whole lot done, but I thought it looked a little bit better with the little cracks here instead of it just being a simple two-tone rock face there. So that's all I did in that realm, and let's get right into it. I think I am going to change the font family. I don't absolutely love it, but that's really easy to do compared to the rest of the website, which is a little bit more work. But that looks not too bad. So let's first do this. So we just want the second one here. Let's just temporarily close this. It is here that we're setting it. So instead of the clip path being like so, I'll set the clip path for this here. And then the clip path will have to be different, so let's do CSS clip path. And this is going to go here, and then we're going to have to do a different one, like so. So then let's get the Clippy. And the previous one, we started from the bottom up. So then this one will start from the top, like so. And H2 is going to have to be the one that we're going to be doing right here. So now, if we do a quick refresh, there we go. See, instead of it going up both ways, it goes up and then down. So I think that looks a little bit better. I'll keep it exactly like that. So that's the first thing that we did, which is this. So now we'll be adding in the text on the left-hand side and then the image on the right-hand side. So we'll put two divs, and then on mobile it'll just shift. So then the text is first, and then the image of myself is below. So let's do that as the next step here. Image container, we don't need to look at. Header, we're still figuring out the exact order, so we'll do that a little bit later. So section 2 is what we're going to be working on. And oops, we'll put two divs. So div 2, and then we'll put the class as section 2 divs, section 2 div, section 2, okay. And then we'll put this one as section 2 text. And then we'll put this as section 2 image. And then the text, we will want to also put this inside a div. keep that as is. And then in here, we'll then put the H3, because that's H2 we had up here. H2, yep. We could do it as H2. Yes. And then here, we'll just put some text that I have here. Let me just quickly find it. There's the live stream here. So let's get this guy. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, and this is probably gonna change here. But I'll just put like about Kevin. Actually, I don't even need this on a new line. And then the P. Okay, like geologists expertly navigating the layers of the earth. I'll dig deep into the bedrock of your ideas, uncovering the full potential of your digital experience. My goal is to extract the essence of your brand and transforming into a dynamic, interactive online experience. Cool. And then for the image, we'll have two different images. We'll have the image 1, and this will be an alt. And then the source. A little bit later, because we don't have that one in yet, and we want to have my image be the background, so we could do something exactly like we did with this one. We're just grabbing it from the assets, so let's assets, and then head shot, .png. Perfect. And then I'll do a headshot, black and white image of Kevin with his arms folded. That's fine. And then this one's going to be the outer layer, sort of like a tunnel in a mine to some degree. I'll do the best I can with animating it. I tried to find something online, but didn't really find anything that I liked. So that's the first thing here, and then we will section 2, and we don't need this anymore. Let's see how section 2 is set up. We don't need the content. Heights. We'll do min height. As 100 VH. Width is that. Dark is blue. Yep, position relative, all good. And then we'll do display as flex because we don't have a div inside. Yeah, there's just 2 divs. Section 2, perfect. And then we'll do this as width as 100%, so they're going to be even. And then we'll need a padding of, let's say, 1 rem. We'll probably put like 2. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And that's good for now. Oops, don't want that. And then we'll make this a max height. So let's section 2 image. Section 2 div, section 2 div. And then we'll do a max height of, let's say, 80 viewport height. So then it's not going to be absolutely ginormous, or it shouldn't be. We should also do like a min width of 50%. Oops. We should push it further. Min width, 100%. Nope, that doesn't work. Section 2 image. That's the second one. It should be at 100%. Oh, but we already set it here. Okay, so that's not going to work. So we'll just make it smaller. Just so when we're here, we could do a max height of like, I don't know, we'll just try 1 rem. Wow, that's really big. And we'll fix that a little bit later. Okay. Oh, it's the image. Okay, so I need to do that. Max height of 70 volume height. And that should, there we go. That's a lot better. And then we'll clean that up, center that. But let's look a little bit better. I'll increase height. So let's do padding top as 2 rem. Probably do like 4 or 5, honestly. We don't want it too close. Yeah, that's okay. Cool. And then we'll want to section 2 div, section 2 image. We want a section 2 text. So we'll do this. And then we will also put the padding of this to 1 EM, and then it's a div inside. So we'll set the div as the, and here we'll put a display of flex, justify content center along items center, and then I go right in the middle. We'll probably want it a little bit higher, so let's, I think we'll take out the justified content. Nope. So let's do a little CSSing here. Is that too far down? Is that, no, it's not too big of a gap. We're fine. Okay. I don't want it too far down, but this is going to be much smaller text. So then we'll put max width as 50%, kind of like that. And this is going to be a lot bigger. That's going to be inset. And I might push this up a little bit. So I'll just put like a margin top of -2 rem. So it's a little bit higher up. I might even do like 4. Just so it's not a little bit lower down. And then I will section 2 text. I want inside the div, I want a display of flex, and then flex direction as column. I want a gap of 1 EM. And then inside here we have the H2, and then we have the paragraph. Cool. So for this text, I want it to be like a really dark color, and let's just quickly get the same font family as what we have for the main header. Subheader size, sure, and then font subheading is what we're looking for as well. So here we'll do font family, and then font size. Yeah, it should be bigger. So let's do there we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Cool. So I like how it's like that little eye there. Big fan. So we need to make that less. So let's do 60. There we go. And then we're going to inset it with the hue. I could even make it bigger potentially. Let's do 70. That's not so bad. The text will be, so font size, paragraph size, whoa. Do I have paragraph size anywhere else? I don't think so. Yeah, just, okay. Oh, it's 1.2, not bad. Yeah, I like that more. So then what we'll do here is we will inset this just so we know what the final end result will look like, because we want to make it stand out but still make it seamless with the website here. So we got text. So let's do text shadow for that is one thing, which is totally different. So let's go here. Font color, perfect. Heading, so let's do this as the hero. Text shadow, and then we'll change this to hero text shadow, and then we will change this to the sub. Let's do section text shadow, and then we'll do 0, 0, and then we need it to be inset 0.5. Let's just do like 10 pixels for now, and then we want the color of this. So then if we make this the text shadow, let's go here, text shadow, oops. Section text shadow, that's not really doing much. Section text shadow var, this is on the H2, which this is. Inset. Inset can be applied to text shadow inset. Yeah, I'm sure we can. Or is it just two There we go. Just checking on the docs here. Okay, so it's 3 values and a color. Inset. Do I need inset? H1 text shadow. Is it this? I don't think so. Let's go back to find something else here. Let's do it on here so people know what I'm Googling. So Mozilla Firefox text shadow. And then if we can find an inset, we should probably just type in inset as well. Inset. Is it drop shadow? Let's take a look. No, we want it like inside. Black Black shadow with blur. Text shadow is a property. Okay. Okay, so let's type in here. Inset CSS inner shadow. Let's take a look at this one here. That's what we're looking for. Inset 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Using Discord pseudo elements. Okay, that makes sense. That's what we have to do. Okay, so we got a position absolute both. The top has to be relative. And then we're changing. Okay, so we'll get that. So instead of doing this, we could create a mix-in. So let's do that. And then we'll call it inset. Inset text. Titles. And let's just make sure. Mix-in SCSS. Okay, perfect. That's how we do it. And then we'll just go like this, and then we'll incorporate all the stuff that we need in here. So let's get what we need. So the mix-in will be specifically for the text and the before and after. So we need a position of relative. And then we're also going to set the color as black, which, yeah, we'll just, can we do this inside this? I guess we can, cool. So then that's that. That's on the main thing, and then we will do a before. And we're also going to do a after. So then for the before, content air, you should be able to use it. Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking at, is something a little bit easier. So we got one side and then the other side, but we're setting it in the opposite direction. Okay, so let's just temporarily do this. And let's play around with it, because I thought there'd be an easier way, which is basically just having two of them in a row. Where are we? We're all the way down here. Here we go, right here. So text shadow, okay, so let's just use this for now, and then we'll change all of it a little bit later. So we'll just make this white to make it really easily visible. Cool. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Awesome. So then let's close this, let's close this, let's close this. But instead of that, we want to make it the color. And we want to make it a bit of a hue. So if we do this, it should be a little bit less like specific and a little bit more light, which is what we're looking for. Let's do 3 and 3. There we go. There we go. Cool. So no insets, but we just make it like that. Okay, that makes sense. Because insets are for images, but we can't do it with text, so we gotta double it up. Cool, so now that we have that, we'll just get the color of the darker blue background, which is this one here. And then we will do a var, delete that. Oops, we don't need that for now. Let's see if we did the lighter. Yeah, I don't like that too much. It's a little bit. Let's just play around with. And let's, yeah, we'll just keep that as is. Okay, and let's raise that to 2 each. Maybe like 2. Oops. Nope. It's looking a little bit better. So we'll set those as 2. We might even do that as 1. Like, let's just try it with 0, because then there's absolutely no hue. What about it? So let's go here, give it a quick refresh. Yeah, that's somewhat better. Let's try to change things up here and see what happens. Text shadow, so that goes that way, that makes sense. That goes the other way. We're currently at 2 and 2, so let's try like 4 and 4, 4 and 4. Don't like that, that's too much. 2 and 2, and 2 and 2. The light blue I'll keep. Let's change this a little bit. So black. Oh, is this not what we're using here? Text shadow, font size, font family, font size. Oh, I'm not even changing the color of it? Oh. Let's do color black just for now. Yeah, I like it black. It's very easy to see, which is nice. This might be better white, just because you can actually see it. Don't love that it's not as inset that as I'd like, if I can speak properly. We've been in it for 20 minutes. Okay, gotcha. So what we can do here, let's just make this white. So the color is already set. Don't need to do that. Color var white, cool. And then we'll do like a little bit off-white. And then we'll also inset this as well. But instead of making it like pure white, we can make it, and we don't need this anymore. So we could do this as its own, so text shadow, and we could just make this as the section title, text shadow, section title, text shadow. And then we can make here section title, text shadow. and that should display there. Light blue color we have, that we have. It's not showing up. There we go. Section, that's why it's not working. Okay, and then we have the section text or section par. So we could do this. Actually, we'll just do it like this for now. We're not going to use it right away. So then let's think of how this would look. It's in the background. We could just make this black and see how it looks. Okay. And then the P's are going to be yeah, we're going to make that color a little bit less because that looks very odd. Okay, so then we could change that to this. We'll see how that looks. It might be too close together. I could even potentially make the letters this, which would be really vibrant. But let's just see how this looks. And I'm going to zoom out one more. Actually, no, it's pretty hard to see if it's zoomed out for everyone watching. Oh, that looks really bad. I put the wrong one. This is what I wanted to do. Actually, I wanted to make that this. So here, okay, font size, font family. So then for here, we want just that. And this is actually going to be on top like this. And then we can... Actually, we don't need that because we could just do this. So then we have this one here, color. And to make it lighter, let's just, no, that's not going to look very good. We could do like an off-white, so it's very white but not pure white. Yeah, we'll put one in. Oops. And then we'll do something like this, but later version. We'll give that a go. P, color. I think an off-white would look better. Kind of like this, like a little bit light, but not pure white. So it kind of like blends in well. I like that. So let's change this to that. And then I might just remove the background of black because it's kind of doesn't really do much for it. I like this, currently how it is. And this is fine. I might just change so it doesn't have any background. So here, remove. Yeah, that looks fine. And we'll remove it off of here. Text shadow we don't need. Okay, so that's like so, and those are going to be moving in after. That's going to be slowly easing in, and then this will come up from above. And that'll move up and down, and then we'll have something covering this, and this will move with the mouse. Okay, cool. So we got that in place. I think what we'll do now is we will add in our animation or our image around here, which we'll have to create. And I'll just quickly add that in as well. So let's just quickly find it so we can use it as a template. Here we go. Cool. Let's go like that, because we'll have to use that as a template first. And that's perfectly center, good. And then once we go into mobile, we'll just transition it so it is a display of flux direction row. So div is the one that's containing both of them. Nope, it's this one. That's here, that's here. Oh, it's just straight section 2. So section 2, flex, and then we'll do it at the end. So media screen and a certain amount. Let's see when that will look good. Max width. Probably less. And then flex direct. Column, and this one will be row. Cool, so let's just see how it looks here. We want it like around there. Okay, so let's do this. Let's change this to the same. So we want the max width margin top. So this is the specific one that we want. Div, which is in here. Section 2, div. But we want it at the bottom. And then we want margin top here to be like at -1. At maybe like 1100 instead. Oops, not 22, 1100. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I might even do 12. Or 13? No, let's do 12. It's the opposite way. Oh, even more, right, okay. Never mind, I was going the opposite way. 4, let's do 8. Yeah, and at a certain point we'll just stop it. So that looks fine. I'll probably want to do it around here. So let's say 1,000. Because this still looks pretty decent. And once we get to 1,000, so on here, once we get to 1,000, then we'll do a flux direction of column. And then we'll have to change all that so that our margin is not all wonky. So 1,000, and then we'll do 0. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. And I'll do a little bit of a parallax on this text, and I'll put some background stuff in here so it'll look like it's actually moving above something. And then we want to make sure this is in line, so that's going to be in this div here, section 2 image, section 2 image. So then we will make this a display of flex, justify content center. So then it'll, oh, that's the wrong key. We don't want that. Okay, so then let's just do a margin of 0 in auto. So then that doesn't be wonky. And then this, I think, is what we need. Yeah, so put it on the wrong one. Cool. There. So that's in place there. Good. That's going to be increasing the space. This is going to remain the same, except the background's going to move a little bit. I don't want this too big of a space, so let's, that's the 2 spaces there. Okay, so padding, I don't want padding on the right hand side. So here, top, right, bottom, and left. And then for here, because then it'll be more on the right hand side. Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's good. And then for this, what do I have for padding in here? Okay, nothing, that's fine. And then do I have padding on this one? Yes, I do. Div section 2. Do I have it on here? Okay, right, I do. Let's not do that because I already have padding. And instead, let's do this. So top, right, bottom, and left, up to, up to when it changes here. So let's do this as 2. Cool. Oh, did I do the other way? Oh, interesting. Because it should be as close, or it should be a little bit closer. And is this flex? Yes, it is. Can we do like -1 yen? Negatives? Nope, that doesn't work. Flex, padding top, okay. Min height. We can do a little bit closer. Like if that has that, we could put the image towards the right. So we could do a display of block. Let's just see how it's set up here. So we got that. So display of flex, justify content first, or we could just do left. Okay, that's very far. That has, okay, because it needs to go the max height. Okay, that makes sense. So then we could also just do that as, there we go. So then for this, we could do that. If it's that. If it's not, don't do it. And we want to make sure it's when things change, which is 1,000 pixels. 1,000 pixels, 1,000 pixels, 1,000 pixels. Cool. So now it's a little bit closer. But once we change, oh right, it gives me that weird error. Okay, so it needs to be, so we could do object fit. Oh, let's go like this. That's not making it weird. Okay, that's good. And then this is off to the side. I might just make it very simple. Like, we don't need this. We just need... I could really push it in if I wanted to, but... And this needs to be like that. Oops. There we go. Okay. And we're kind of back to where we started with here. I'm not growing or changing size, which is good. So that's a good time to go back. And the actual title changes depending on the size of the thing, which is good. That's fine. Good spacing all around. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now we're gonna have a cover over this. So then that means they both need to be position absolutes. So, and this needs to be and then there's a little bug in here. Okay, section 2 image, that's good. That's fine, and the reason we're getting that is because that's fine. And that's why. But we have heights on them. Let's just bring this in a little bit more. And it's something to do with padding. Okay, that's good. Max height. So then... Nope, that sure isn't going to do it. Let's go back to this. Yes, they need to be absolute because they need to stack on top of each other. We could set the max height of this. And then we could just say height of 100%. But then that looks really wonky. Okay, let's go back to what we had before. The position absolute is what's making it. So we could have, that needs to be relative. That needs to be relative, which it is. This needs to be absolute. Oops. But then here, we could set the width as 100%, that's fine. We could set the min height of 70 VH, and then we can set the height as 100. And then this one will be a height of 100, and a width of 100, and an object fit cover. And why does that look so odd? I don't know why that's like that. I think I might just quickly refresh. Weird. Padding, no margin, okay. I'm gonna quickly do this. npm dev. There we go. Let's see if the other one has this issue. Okay, so it is pushing it in a little bit more than I'd like. So let's see what the issue is. So min height, height, okay. Let's temporarily disable this. That makes sense. So that's not it. We'll temporarily disable this. That's for that. That we need, but that's what gives it that weirdness. Oh, that's why. I have this here. And it's just like showing an image, but it's not. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll do that. Height with width. Min height, and then we could do max width here. As like, let's just see how that looks. There we go. Looks fine, looks fine, looks fine, looks fine. Okay, so it needs to decrease the size. So is there a max width of? We need it absolute. And that's covering this. Okay, that's fine. Contain. Yeah, it's cover. But it's pushing outside of this. Padding, yes. Height, min height, and the height is 100%. And this one, position absolute, so it's going to inherit this. This one also has padding. That's why I had the padding. Okay. So we don't need padding. So we could do this. Just do 2em because they're all the same. And we could also do, let's just refresh here. Gives me that. But it's because of this padding. Okay, that's why. So we don't need padding here, so we could do a 0. And then there we go. So we got that. That goes to a certain point, which, yeah, that's fine. Because this looks fine even if we zoom out big time. That's looking fine. If we zoom in a lot, yep, no problem there. Okay, and then for here, that's good, that's good, that's good. And then we want this to be sure that it's in the center, which is actually going to be this. And this doesn't have a margin of 0. It doesn't, right? No, it doesn't. Position, relative, width, min height, margin, height. And these are going to show the two images, and it needs to be relative. So we could do a display of flex, and then justify content as center. Perfect. So then in here, we want to, when it's like this, a display of flex and a justify content as center. And then now, we should be able to get the final result we're looking for. Cool. So let's just go like this. So that's fine, that's fine. And when it gets to a point where I'm happy with, it changes here. No matter how small you go, you're never going to get any sideways scrolling. Perfect. Okay, cool. And that's pretty center, that's pretty center. Awesome. So now what we'll do is we will add in this. So then we're going to put like a little cover around here. And then whenever you move the mouse, my image will change just a little bit, very slightly noticeable. And I might quickly go get some coffee before I actually do it. So I'm not going to stop the stream because I'll just take 2 trips, but I'll be right back. Okay, so the coffee's just brewing up here. So while we're waiting for that, let's get this going here. Don't need a darker color. Did I add a darker color for all of them? No, good. So let's do this first. We're basically gonna recreate this. And if you find this extremely boring, you can definitely skip forward, because I understand how this would be very boring. Like so. And that's a really long stretch. That's a little bit too deep. Like, I want it pretty consistent. So I might deviate a little bit. fine. Oop, don't want that. There, and kind of like that. That's the first section done. And then we just want to make sure that we're covering all around, like so. And that's one side. So now what we'll do is start doing the bottom. Make sure that's covered. And that's not going to matter too much because it'll just be okay. Let's put a couple more. Like so, and then this one can start off right here. Cool, and then we'll just go like this. Because we really don't need too much space beyond that. And we'll just push these all the way out here, like so. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Oops. Okay, so we'll do that like that, and then here. Kind of go up like here, and then dip below a little bit. Okay. And then now I kind of want to switch this kind of like this, just so we're getting some reference of a flat area. I might move this actually down a little bit like so. Oh, that's a deep dip, not too deep. There we go. Yeah, around that is good. And then for here, we'll just kind of cover it. Like so. We don't want it too high, so we might actually squish that down a little bit. Actually, it won't even do it because, yeah, that's the maximum. Okay, that's good. You could even... Okay, it's just going to straight cut that off. That's good. But it will not cut that off, so let's do this. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then I'll just push this out like so. And then the final kind of corner and line. So let's use this part. Kind of like an arch, I kind of like that there. So let's go like this, expand it a little bit more. Oop, still need to see it. There we go. There we go. So we'll do something like that. So we need to make this a little bit bigger, but I don't want to make it too big like that. We did this side. Let's just kind of work from here like that. And not too big. Kind of like so. And then it goes down, and then slowly getting to the other wall. And then we'll just push this out like so. Is this also not a parted moon? Oh, it is. Okay, good. Oops. And let's just see how this looks for now. Let's like this. Meh, doesn't look bad. We've got to clean that up, make sure that looks good, but coming together. Oops, and then we want to make sure this is inside. And kind of want it a little bit further out, so let's go like this. Like so. Doesn't look very good. Let's kind of bend that. Okay, cool. So then we'll make this corner like that. Ooh, that goes high. that is pretty far out compared to this side, because this side, like, we're really close to the edge there. So what I want to do is make this really close to the edge like so, and then have this a little bit higher, just so we're matching with this. And then we'll just bring this and tie it in like that. Cool, and then we'll just expand this all the way. Okay, and then the final thing is to get this corner. Probably kind of want it like that. This could use a little bit more. That's a little bit high. Couple, so let's increase that. Okay, and then we'll also go like this. Gonna bring that down. Bring this here. Okay, let's see how that looks right now. Slowly looking all right. And then we'll kind of finish up this, and then that will be the overlay. And let's see, what part do we want to form that section? Let's do this area. Other way. Kind of like that. Sure. Because I'm not the best at randomizing things. I tend to not randomize. So having some template is very useful. Okay, and now we don't have anything, so let's find, oops. Let's do this part. Like so, to finish it off. Kind of like this. There. So now, if we just take that out, bring it over here, we don't need that. Put it inside, but we want this at the very bottom. There. But it's higher than it is taller, so we'll have to go like this. What's the size of this? Let's go back, let's go back. Okay, so it's the same size, that's good. We'll then just have to do, oops. A bit of this, a little bit of that. And then we'll want to make this a little bit taller, like so. Want it kind of like that, ideally. So let's kind of clear this up. Okay, so that's gonna go first, and then this, we have to make it on the exact same image. So we will have to, let's just copy this. Nope, don't want that copied, I want this copied. There we go. Headshot outline. Actually, this is the headshot outline, so that one. That's the headshot outline, and this is the headshot. So we'll gotta make the headshot one. Where's the headshot outline? Oh, didn't want that. Where's this one? Oh, I see. Okay, so let's just make this moon. Bring this up here. We don't need that. Don't need any of these. Is this all? Oh, it's not in a thing. Okay, so let's. This we don't need, so we'll just stick that out. That is also the headshot outline. What's this? Oh, this is moon. Okay, so this can be moon, and this is going behind that. This is the headshot outline, and we'll put all this in here. There we go. That's there, that's fine, that's there, that's fine. So those are the two ones. Okay, perfect. So now we can do this. So let's bring these further out there. Don't need this. And okay, that's there, that's fine. That's here. And then just the headshot. There we go. So now we got the headshot and the headshot outline. We'll copy this, put it in to here. That's going to be the image that we add in, and it's going to zoom in, so that's fine. We could do an overflow of 0, so nothing's going to stand out. So then we can then check this out. That's going to be a dark. So then this is going to be a different color. Oh, it's okay. It's probably not going to make a world of a difference there. Okay, so that's going to be there. Let's see what else we can do to make it more interesting. Because then it'll be like this, and then we'll have like this in the background. So we'll probably just do, oop, that's not the right one. Headshot outline, there we go. There we go. So that'll be like that. We could probably make this a little bit more consistent. Cool. And we'll just click this, add that in, and we're golden. It's a little bit more space here that I like. I might dig that out a little bit more. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Cool. Okay, I'm happy with that. That'll go underneath, and then I'll put an overflow so nothing can be seen outside. So then whenever I move the mouse, that will change, but only a little bit. So that will be with mouse. The text will be with scroll. So whenever you move your mouse, the text or the image underneath will change. But when you scroll, this is going to move up and down in relation to this. So you'll see a little bit of parallax effect there. And this is going to be fine. That's going to be fine. Okay, I think that is going to be ready. Because that's the same color as this. Right? Let's just quickly see what this color is. This is OF2A, and this is... Oh, this is the lighter color. Okay. Reset. So that's this color. So we actually want this to be a darker color, which is this one. So let's just go like this. OF2A, OF2A. Let's just make sure. No one texted me, no one texted me, good. We could do a little outline of it. I might actually do that here. So let's just go like this, go like this. This is going to be a slightly different color. I'm going to do some cracks and whatnot. So let's get a few of the cracks here. So copy this, bring it over here, and that's for that. We don't need it in the headshot. We want it in the headshot outline. There it is. We want that, like, let's just do that for now. And then we gotta get this color. And that's gonna be this color. Cool, there we go. There, so that's how it'll kind of look here. So I'll spread these around. Make them different shapes and whatnot. So, oh, just want one. There we go. There we go. Straight ones over as well. Make that a lot fatter. Spin that around. It's a bit too fat there. Oh yeah, these need to be the same color as this. So that is that. there. Spin that guy. Oh, why is that? There we go. Cool. Probably will do better there. Okay. Do a couple here, do a couple down here. Slow process, but we'll get there. Move this around like so. Bring it to a crack edge. Cool. This will definitely, oops. Definitely want a crack coming out here. Okay. Oh, that's a little bit too big. It's gonna get cut off. There we go. Let's actually make that a little bit more sideways. Oops, not like that. Cool. Like so. Oops. Oops. No, I want this one. There we go. And that'll go around there. It'll be very faint, but it'll be worth it. Okay. Couple here, maybe one or two. One here, one in this corner, which I didn't do. So let's get that corner. Actually, I don't want to use that one. I want to use this one and then flip it. Really extend it. Ooh, don't want to do that. There we go. That looks like too similar. Let's just throw a doozy in there. Don't like that. It's like too much. There. It's got a little bit of its own thing. There. Okay, so that's going to be around there. Let's see if there's like lines. Kind of like that idea as well. So let's add in a couple of these. Which are basically, oh, that's a lot. Let's actually make our own and then this, do that. Cool. Because there's just going to be a few of them. Oops. We're just going to be outlining some areas. Actually, I might even just push it back like that. There. That doesn't look bad. Okay, cool. We'll just do a couple of these around. here. And if this is extremely boring, I would highly suggest skipping to something a little bit more exciting, because this is not very thrilling to watch. Oops. But it's a part of it. Not being able to create assets for a website is pretty challenging if you're going to have to get someone to do it every single time. So having a little bit of a skill set in it is definitely very helpful. Oops. Okay, maybe a little one here. Okay. I'm happy with that so far. I might not have that one there. And I'm gonna push this out a little bit further. Yeah, I'm cool with that. This might be a little bit too close here, so I'm gonna do that. This is a little bit too close, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, not too much. Maybe like a tiny one here, but very small. Oh, did I not copy it? I did not. Like a very small one. That, and a little bit of an oval there. That'll come something like that. Okay. I don't want anything there. I want cracks there is fine. A tiny, maybe little one right there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, push that, and that can go like that, and I don't want it that massive. There. So I'm probably going to keep that as is, like so. So then what I'll do from here is I will go like this. I don't want this. And I will export both. I don't need any of this. We don't need that anymore. And we'll just move this entire thing very close to that. Oh. Is this... Okay, that was random, but yeah, I don't need all that. Because really, we just want, let's go like this. Let's move that over for now. Headshot. Okay. go like this for now. Headshot outline. So that's the first one. That's the one we want. Let's just go like this. And that's just an image out and about doing its own thing. So let's go like this, so then that's in there, and then move this whole thing over here. This is what we are wanting to add the image into. So let's then bring this into here. Headshot, and then we can delete this. There. So now we have this like here, here, delete. Now they are the exact same. And we can just delete this one as well. Cool. So we got that, we got that. So then if we copy here, bring this all the way to the very bottom, which is basically doing the exact same thing. No, actually, we want to copy like this. That's how it'll look like. And let's bring this up higher. It's going to be zoomed in a little. We want a little bit of space. Yeah, that's fine like that. That'll work. So let's go like this. Let's export both of these. Export 2 layers. And then let's put them in here. So instead of headshot, we will, let's get these. Downloads. Let's rename this one just for now. This one will be headshot PNG. Nope, didn't do it. Nope, didn't do it. Okay, let's just go like this. Personal website, source, assets. There, so we can delete this. Oops, we can delete this. And I'm just gonna go to the washroom after here. Headshot outline, perfect. So now we got those in place. We can close that. That's going to go like that. So before I refresh this, I'm just going to quickly go to the washroom and get my coffee, and I'll be right back. Okay, cool. So we got that. And headshot PNG, headshot PNG. And we'll also add assets headshot outline.png. There. So now it looks, this is not right. Okay, so it is getting impacted by the outer layer. we always want that to show. That's that, position absolute, height width. We don't want that to cover over ever. So we can keep that padding to none and then set the margin to 2em. And that's going to push it out too far. So instead of that having margin or padding, we could have this as padding. So we'll do a little bit of maneuvering here. So right now we have this having padding, which we don't want. Instead, we want this to have padding instead. Oops, there we go. Image. So why would that... No. No, I wouldn't do it. I think I need one of them as right, okay, so I need one of them as not, so we'll do a class here. Headshot outline image, and then we don't want that to cover. What are some options? Fill. We'll play around with it here. I think that's what we're looking for. Because then no matter what size, it'll always show it. Perfect. Perfect. And that's an easy fix there. Okay, awesome. And then what we'll do here is we will just make this padding top, padding bottom 5 rem, so it's consistent both sides. Great. So now we will have that. That's always going to be showing. That's always going to be showing. When we do that, it's going to squish the outline, but not the actual image. And then we got space at the bottom there. Fantastic. So now that we have that in place, we can then now add in our parallax effect. That's going to be mouse, that's going to be scroll. And then we'll also do a intersection observer here, so this comes from opacity of 0 with the same color as this. It'll kind of like slowly pop in, and then this will come in from above. And then it'll scroll animate here, and then we will have a image movement animation here. So let's start off with the image. So that will be a mouse move, so we don't need this anymore. We did that. We are still working on that. So let's do the mouse move. This is all on the scroll, which we're not going to be doing right now. We're doing the mouse move, so this one here. So then this is all going to be for the hero section of the mouse move. And now we're going to be doing the about us section. So the first thing that we got is that. We then want to get the image of our headshot. So we'll just do a class of headshot. And then we will get the const headshot equals document query selector of headshot. That's spelled correctly. And then we will move that because we already have the client there. So we could do let headshot client X equal E client X, and then let headshot client Y equals E client Y, and then those are going to be the two, and then we want to make sure that it is going to be, we got the window width, okay, perfect. So let's also add the let window height, because it's already there. Nope. Come on, inner height. Okay, and then to center it, we then want to go let center X equals, and then it's basically like this. And then center Y is very similar, but instead of using this, and then we use this. Okay, and then from there, we then want to reduce it. So we could really just go like this. And these ones were 25, so let's do like 50. So like so, and then headshot, style, transform, and then translate. We're going to do both. And then it'll end in pixels for both. So, oops, we don't need that. We need this. Is it comma? Translate. Is there a comma? I don't think there's a comma. Oh, there's a comma. Okay, good to know. That, and then it starts off with, I think, X first, Y first. We'll test it out. Well, although they are going to be exactly the same, so it doesn't really matter too much. Unless I don't want them exactly the same, then it will matter. And then we need pixel. Okay. Whoa, that's looking wonky. Okay, so it didn't do it properly because we should be center in the center. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's why. I'm going to go outside. Classic BedMass. Because then they'll do this, and then it'll do that. There we go. So this is perfectly center, and then it'll change with that, and all we need to do is now change the section image to as in overflow hidden. Okay. Section 2 image, section 2 image, overflow hidden, yes. We don't want overflow hidden here. It's only on the top. Okay, odd. Right, okay, because it already has that. So let's say if we want to remove the padding, it's only going to be for the right-hand side. Okay, so we need to put it inside another container. Gotcha. So let's put these inside another container, like so. And then section 2 image, that's going to look all wonky. So section 2 image, div, section 2 image. We want that in place, and then a div. And then we want the image things inside of this. And then we'll do a overflow of hidden, height 100, width 1, oops. Okay, so that's fine there, that's fine there. Let's just make sure things are apart from that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this needs a margin 0. Okay, that's fine like there, and then there's going to be a div inside here. And this div, right, it needs to be display, where is it? Right here. There. There we go. Okay. So now it's going to be in the center. Good. That's going to squeeze. That's going to squeeze. Good. And then now I just need to get rid of this thing here. So let's see what that looks like. Image, div. I have overflow hidden. And it's overflowing outside of this. This needs to be relative. So what? That's absolute. Hit way, overflow. Let's see how we can do this here. I don't think I really need the div. So we got overflow here. Okay, got height. Okay. Let's put a padding of 2 rem. No, that wouldn't do it because that's just going to shrink that down. I don't want that. Oh, and that's not looking pretty either. Okay, so let's actually just remove this div altogether. Pretend like I never put it in. The image here, so that's not what we need. We'll just bring this all like so. That bottom. Because it's this that's causing it. Min height, okay. But this image here, height, okay. No, that does nothing. Position needs to be absolute. No, that's why. Margin. No, I don't want to do that. No, that doesn't do anything. Because that's not the end of the world. Contain? Is contain what I'm looking for? I think what I had before is fine. Oh. Let's just make sure that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So only when I go up and to the right. I don't want to make that smaller. That's getting cut off by the larger, which is this, which is why that's getting cut off, which is good. Okay, so let's try doing something else. So that's there. That's the headshot outline. No, I want it to be like this. I do need a div there. I do. Because that's how we're gonna kind of going wishy-washy back and forth, but and then we need this to be overflow hidden, and then the width needs to be fit content, and then the height needs to be fit content, and then overflow hidden, margin 0, and then display of flex, and then justify content. Because that's there. Why Why is this overflow? Okay, I just put it in twice. What if I do... Because then it's going to span the whole thing. How do I get this behind? Well, that's the headshot outline. I want the headshot. So we could do... Nope. We could do this as color. Okay. That's going to change even here. But maybe that's just because I have the Z index on there. But that's still going to go outside of it. I might put a really big... Okay, I have an idea. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit wonky, but headshot outline is what we're looking for. Headshot outline, yes, and that's going to be over top of it. So then we also want to do a box shadow of 4 pixel. We could really make it really big. 0 hue. And then the same color as our background, which is this guy. So let's see what that does. There, okay. So then what we could do from here is we could then go like this, and then go like this, and that's going to be up and down. So we just need that corner there, so we can put one more, which we would need, I think, like this, or maybe like this. Hey, there it is. Cool. There. Yeah, I'll probably just keep it like that. We got that. Not going to touch anything with the scroll, and we'll just leave that as is. Now we're going to make this scroll move with the scroll, whereas this is moving with the mouse. So let's, about a section, that's all done. That's the anonymous object for the move, so we can close that. And it looks fine on... I don't like that, how it like kind of cuts off there. I might do that. What is this? Section 2, okay. doesn't do anything. Div. Okay. With height. No, that's not doing anything. Position relative. Padding. Okay. Okay, that works. So section image 2 padding we don't need. So section image 2 padding we don't need. Oh, that's going to be like that all the time. Or we're going to go like this. Nope, that didn't work. What did we do last time? It was this here. No, it was this here. Okay, it was this. So if we do padding bottom as 0, oh, it's the padding. Okay, so padding top. There we go. There we go. Oh, now it has that. Okay, so that's going to be here. So should I go like this? Nope. Let's. Ah, okay. So up, we don't need. To the right, we do need. To the bottom, we don't need. And to the left, we don't need. There we go. Okay, so that's completely open. That's good. That's going to move from there. Might make this a little bit more, like pop more, like with that image, but it's really easy to change images after that's all in place, so that's good. And then the next thing we'll do is this, and then I might put like a background image, like something like this, like in this color, so it's a little bit of a color, so it's not just a straight blue. Kind of something maybe here, something maybe here somewhere. But first, let's get this to animate in on the visibility of it, and then once we see that, I'll probably get this whole image here, and once we see this whole image, so I don't want it now, I want it, and then it'll transition this into making it visible, and then this will come in half a second later, coming up, similar to how we have the kev the dev, like where it goes up. Cool, so that's going to be there. So we want that to be in the scroll animation. So that's all that, that's all that. That's for the color, that's what's there. So now we will be adding in the About Us intersection observer. So then with this, we want to observe the image here, which is this guy right here. So we want to then const document query selector that, and then we also want to set the options. So const and then intersection observer dimensions. And then we'll do root margin as 0 pixels for now. And then threshold could be like 0.5. Okay, because then on half of it, ooh, but I don't like how on mobile, we could do it as the text. Because once I view this, okay, let's do that instead. Because I'm just changing the opacity of it, not the actual display of it. So instead of that, we will just do this entire section here. Oh, section 2. No, this is actually going to be okay, these are different. Okay, that makes sense. Section 2 text is what I want to see, which I think is not the whole thing, because I just want that little text area. Oh, it's just a div inside. Okay, so it has to be this. So text container, actually I don't want to change that. Text elements, sure. And then I will use that instead. So then I'll view this if this is viewed at a 50% level. So like once I see this line here, then this will show up as well as this will show up. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now I can actually get the intersection observer going. So we could do a const text intersection observer new intersection observer, and then here we're going to be putting a function with 2 arguments, entries, as well as the actual observer itself. And then we're going to be putting in our options, which are these guys, in after. And then we will need to put a function in here. And then in here, we will then first observe this. So intersection text of intersection observer dot observe, and then we're observing this. So oops. So now, and then we could do entries for each entry. Oops. For each entry, console log entry. So if we go from the top, let's just get the console. I shouldn't do it in scroll because it'll run every single time I scroll, so I'll have to take that out. Yeah. And I also have to do if here, because I'm saying if entry is intersecting console log. Actually, we could probably do it like this. Okay, so I shouldn't see anything until I'm like halfway down the page. I don't see anything, I don't see anything, I don't see anything. Right there. Cool. I'm probably going to keep it, put it more of a threshold. Yeah, let's do it like 0.8. because even with phones, it won't. Oh, there we go. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Now it'll show. I think 0.5 might be better, just for phones. Get out of here, get out of here. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Show. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. And then let's just make sure this is looking fine. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. So now that we have that in place, we then want to animate this. Then let's first go into this section here. We want to make sure H2. So we just put that as div. So section 2 text, section 2 text div. We could just make this a little bit more specific if we wanted, and if we're searching. And then in H2, we then want to put the opacity to like 0.1. We'll put it as 0 in a second here, but this is just so we can see it go into the color. So font family, font size, font shadow, font color is what we're looking for. So because we'll just do this, and we'll just do BG, darker blue BG, and then it will be, oh right, text shadow also needs to be that initially as well, like that. There we go. Okay, so we'll just do that for now, because that's what we're looking for as the end goal. So let's first get our H2. About us heading, and this is the class about us par. So then in here, we need this to run it, but we don't need it in here, so we'll just do that in here. So then if, yes. If we create this, it's going to display this, because this is just for that. If we observe this, anything in here will run. I'm just not wanting to recreate this every single time. We can use this easily, but this I don't want to recreate every single time. This is going to run if we see here. If we see this one, then the entry will be this, and then this will run. But people will always have to start from the top. Okay, yeah, it'll be fine. So then, because as long as people aren't starting from the bottom and moving up, they shouldn't have any troubles. So fonts about us par, and I put it as par, yes, document, selector, oops. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to make this style and color equal, and then we'll do this var as black, and then we'll also want to make this text shadow that it currently is on, H2 correct, and we will go like that. Because it's already black, it'll put the text shadow on here, font size, font family, we don't need. So then now what we can do is change the text shadow and that to the same color. So we'll do BG darker blue, not font size, just the text shadow, and then also the color, like that. Why isn't it? Let's just, oh. No, we're fine. We're just doing that right now. Oh, document. About us heading. Oh, there we go. Cool. Okay. Yeah, there we go. What could we do? We could make that kind of go up initially. So we could start this as a transition. Nope. Transform, translate Y, and we want to push it down. So let's just say 50 pixels. And then we will then have this about us heading dot style dot transform equal, and then we'll just make the translate Y equal 0 pixels. And then we'll also want to add in a transition, and we set the transition there as 0.2. So we'll want to do a transition duration so we can keep things consistent. So transition durations, default transition duration, and then we'll put 202 seconds, ease out, not ease in. And then we will transition duration, cool. And then we'll use this in here. A little bit higher, section 2. There we go. Bar. Actually, we could do it for both. We don't have one for both. We'll just do it like that. There. And then we'll put the opacity, and then we'll make the opacity for this 1. Might do it a little bit more so it's a little bit more delayed. Like you can notice it. Whoop. Now it's like the whole thing. So now. That's kind of too fast, to be honest. I might slow it right down, like 5 seconds. Yeah, that looks way more smooth. And then I don't want it as slow, so we can do it as like a 6. Oh, we already started to see it. Yeah, that looks decent. And then let's just try it with this. I'll put a loading screen so we can see it all load beforehand.
Okay, that looks good. And then this will come in a little bit slower. So that's like coming at like 0.5, but we'll put a set timeout of like 0.2. So then if people are scrolling, they'll see that come out first, like that, and then they'll wait a little bit, and then this will come out from the bottom exactly the same as this. Oh, right. I could go slower. Let's try like a 1 second. That's pretty slow. Yeah, I don't like that. We'll put 0.6 for now. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And then the scroll would be after. That's for the entire thing. So now let's do the text. So let's go in here. We got that in place. For the intersection observer, we're going to be setting that up for the entire outline of it. And then what we can do here is do that, and then we're going to be doing the same thing for this. Okay, let's see what we have right now. H2. Okay, paragraph color. That's what we're going to be ending off with. So paragraph color, we'll end off with that. Transition, that's fine. And then the opacity we want to change. We also want to change the transform. And I think that is it. Opacity, transform. And the text shadow we don't have for this one. Oh man. We just sometimes need a little bit more reach. There we go. Oh, that's not the one we're looking for. About a section or higher up. Here we go. Why is that not wanting? Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay, let's take a look here. It's going to show up instantly at the same time. We don't want that. So what we want to do is set time out. And then here we'll put the function and we'll just do it as like 0.3 seconds. So then we'll bring this into it like this. So now, there we go. Okay, sometimes takes a couple of seconds to refresh. I'm going to put the loading screen, that's like the final touches. The header is going to be the final touch as well. It's going to be like 90% transparent so you can still see the mountains move. Nice, and that moves, and then I'll add the scroll effect on that, and then that'll kind of be done for the first section here. And then I'll have to make some edits for the things we're going to display here, because it's kind of looking plain right now. That is on scroll, so we also want to do it on scroll. We don't want it in here. We just want, let's put it above it. Intersection observer. And this is going to be Right. 'Cause if we load it before, this never does it because this never runs because it hasn't been immediately invoked. Okay, so what we can do is this. Because then if we immediately refresh this, it should invoke it. Oh, it invokes that function, which is a scroll function. Okay, so that's not going to do it. We could name this and then invoke that right away. Which I might do. Yeah, let's do that. So and then now we'll be able to immediately invoke it. So we could do this, and then go to the bottom of the function, do this. This is looking really wonky. Oh, I did something. Right, okay, so we can't do it like that. So let's try a different method. I guess in reality they won't refresh on the bottom, but another thing we could do is just take this out of the scrolling animation so it triggers every single time someone scrolls. We could just put it as a function within itself and have that as a globally scoped function. But I don't like globally scoped things. I'd rather just have functions run with things inside them. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there for now. And then for the scroll, this is the About Us section text parallax, and then section 2 text elements. Is that what we're aiming for? Yes. Because we're not changing that, we're changing that. Okay, perfect. So we already have that. So what we can do is we put... I hate how I have to move like a tiny bit. We could put this at the start. About us text parallax effects. We'll put that there, and then we don't need that. Cool. And then that's there. So now what we can do, let's just make sure we have that in place, yep, is we then want to get the bounding client rect, not for image 4, but we want to get it for, the rocks maybe? Let's get it with the rocks. So, because then they're going to be higher there. And that's going to go up, while this is just going to remain flat. We can make it interesting. We can kind of make it 3D more. I kind of want to move this not down, because on mobile I still have a ton of room. And I have more room to the upside and to the downside. So let's move it up. Okay, so then we want the doesn't okay, perfect. So we want this series of rocks. So let's get that. It's in here. It's layer 1. I do not have a. Oh, I do have a class. Perfect. Is it already declared in here? Am I already able to get it? Yes, I will be. Perfect. Cool. So we already have that in place. So image 1. So we'll get the here. We'll get the about us. So we could say rocks get bounding client rect. Image 1 get bounding client rect.y and console log this guy here. And we'll do this. Oh, we'll do this. Undefined. So this is defined. Get bounding client rect rocks take console log. That's fine. It's below it, so we're not requesting it beforehand. Okay, every single time it runs, that's good. This is what is the undefined, correct? Correct. Okay, so that's get bounding client rect. Why is this not working? Let's go to the top one. Oh, right. Okay, that's why. I need to do this as its own unit. So let get rock placement. Rock image height. This should be .y, and then now there we go. Okay, and then I don't need this. So let's just get the y of it. We're 90. Now it's under. Okay, so we don't want that. Let's see what we can grab instead. How about this? Let's just quickly change that. Okay, perfect. So what we can do, because we want that at 0, and that's the basically the width of the size. So let's do Teralex effect. Okay, good. So this could be top of section 2. Headshot outline. Right, so this we don't need for now. Oh my god. I'm going to move this over like this. Okay, that's fine. This is what we're looking for. So we need this for down here. We don't need this up here, but we do need oops. Wow, right there's the top. Interesting. Okay, that's good. That's what we're looking for. And we want to go up, so we could make this like the so let's do the about us text parallax value, and then we'll do that to start, and then we'll change it up as we need. So let's make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. Oh, it's undefined. That's there, that's there, that's there. Get bounding client rect with that. Console log. There we go. Okay, so let's divide this by 50, and then let's get, oh, that's why we needed this first. And then we'll get, oh, I have two of the same one. Nope. I want this. Zero. Okay, that's fine. That's good. So now what we want to do from here is we want to, because that's a positive number, that's going to scroll a little bit, because it'll be at 18. We'll probably do a little bit less. But what we want to do with this guy is we want to do a style transform equals translate y. Going to be the value, it's in pixels, so it's going to be initially pushed out. It's really not moving that much, so we'll just do 10. too far down already, which is why we're seeing that. It's too far down. So then what we can do is get this section here, because we're not grabbing the elements, or we're grabbing the text. Okay, which is this one here? Yeah. Which is this one here. Gotcha. And then we are, oh, but that's what we're looking at, so it's going to delay it, which I don't want, but I could do the root margin higher. Let's just get this looking a little bit better. We could move this higher, so text. We could do this. Plus 50. So just generally going to be higher. Oh, so minus 50. Minus 50. Do like minus 80. $120. That looks okay in terms of the parallaxing, but I don't like how it's so low to start. Like there's just nothingness here. So I want to make this higher up. So this is going to be the value it initially sets. It should be higher. Right. But we got to do it like this. We don't need this. So that's all going to be like that, but then we're also going to add 100 here. And now it should be much higher. Or subtract 100. Not a mistake. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And then we can make it more aggressive by getting this number smaller. Okay. Let's make sure the animations come in properly. Okay. That's fine. And now on mobile, okay. Ooh. Yuck. Although that kind of looks cool. A little part of me wants to keep it, but no. I might just change that into a higher index. The fold works surprisingly. Yeah, make it a little bit less aggressive just so we get the edge cases still working. Okay, so is that 4? I want to make it bigger, so let's make it twice as less responsive. So then for the edge cases, I think it was one of these. Was it one of the iPads? Yeah, it was this one. Perfect, that's good. And then the max was, I think, the one giving me issues. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Yeah. So what we could do with this, also I don't need the console log here anymore. That does not look good. There is a margin of -1 on this. Yeah, there it is. Let's see if we like just tone it down to 2 or 3 or something. Let's just see if that still looks good in all cases. Okay, that still looks fine. Let's refresh. Oh, is that me doing this? No. Okay, so that's something I have to change, because that's fine. And I'll put some background things in there. Maybe some like simple rocks, because I'm going to do the dinosaur bones specifically for the portfolio page there. Okay, that looks good. I might just keep it at that 1. Okay, I think I have done that. Oh, ew, don't like that. Okay, so let's think of ways to mitigate that. Basically, I could make this height-wise as well. So then we could do, this was fine. We could then say max width, max width. We can then say max height. So if it's, what was it? I think it was 600. Yeah, 600. So we could do 620. We could do a margin of 0 rem. So then let's go to, let's just make sure this is saved. Yep. Make sure we're We're fine for here. Yeah, so those are all going to be more than enough pixels in height. See, I don't like that. Like that. So, oh, I should make that instead of, we could even make it a section. Let's make it a section. I like those as divs. Section, section, cool. So there's a certain section, this guy right here. Height. I did something. Oh. Why is this not wanting to go the 1? Oh, there we go. No, we'll just keep that as 0. But we want to make sure that's always displaying. And that's that here. Overflow hidden, if we do that, that's going to make it look all wonky for everything else. It'll be a later problem. I'll figure it out. Let's just refresh. Awesome, and I'll put some stuff here to make it stand out a little bit more. And then let's, I'm just going to make sure, I don't like it when that arrow is like that. So then for these ones, I will put cursor default on both. Actually, I'm actually going to do this on the main. So let's go to the very top. There. Cool. Okay, so that's done there. We got that working. Most of mobile works. iPhone 12. Yep, that's all working. Gotta make sure that every edge case is totally fine. Don't love that there's so much space here, but that's okay. Because it gives a little bit of room to add images if we need. Why does this look so tiny? There we go. And it does not cut off. Perfect. And then for here, it won't do anything. Okay, done. That's probably it for today, just because I have some other stuff that I'd like to do. So I'll leave it at that. We have text slide, text on the left side, slide to right. Initially, we covered something, will reveal my face. I didn't do that. Might look into it. Oops, I don't want it to do off. So that's good for now. Might do something here where instead of it all coming out at once, I individually add these letters. So it goes A, B, O, U, T, like in a slow roll instead of it just being as one. Like instead of it just being like all one, I might go A, B, C, D. So it's like 0.2 seconds of a difference each time, where you just increment it 0.2 and then you output the next thing in the array, and then you wait 0.2 additionally, and then you output in the next array. So that's pretty easy to do. I like the color here. That looks decent. So now a lot of it's just going to be the background to make it look a little bit more interesting instead of just blue. So like maybe a couple cracks going down in here, a couple cracks going down in here, kind of fill this section up a little bit, and then this section here will fill up with something. This is the about section, so let's just see what our idea is here. Newsletter, I'm looking for, oh here it is right here. Like geologists expertly navigating the layers of the earth, we go deep into the bedrock of your ideas and covering. Yeah, I think it's just going to be rocks, like bedrock, rocks kind of thing. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll get some assets and figure it out, but the square looks pretty decent. I didn't want it to be perfect because nature is not perfect. The little rock cracks are nice. It's a good little touch. They don't look too similar to each other. Might make the cracks a little bit bigger, to be honest, but I don't want it to be like the main thing. It's like little small hints, which I like. Like on mobile, you can barely see them, but that's what I want. I don't want it to be too prominent. Cool. Okay, so that's going to be for the day. I'm going to change the font. I don't love it too much, but that's really easy to change. I do like this font. The I was a little bit, it's like kind of getting into the creativity because it's not perfect, which creativity can be, but this text here I think I'm going to change a little bit. And if you're just scrolling, it's not too weird. It's not too many things happening at once. That just kind of disappears pretty quickly. Goes behind that. Get a little bit of parallax. That isn't moving too much. And there's no edge cases where if someone's like zooming out too far. Perfect. That's fine. If someone's zooming out really far. Oh, a little bit. I might just push that. It was, which one here was section 1. Nope, I want section 2, H2. There it is. Okay, so instead of 14, I'm just going to go 24. Just so there's no possible way, like so. And then if we zoom back to normal, it'll be completely normal. Nothing off with this, no side scrolling. Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure that's good there. Yeah, I don't want to just have a stream with me not doing anything and thinking, but something here where it's going to have some sort of cracks or some sort of rocks maybe continuing on
just to fill this little gap here. I don't want anything here because we already have the image, and I want something here, like maybe some rocks, just kind of filling this little gap here. And you can also see the parallax a little bit more if something in the background is stationary while the foreground is moving a little bit. It gives a little bit more of the 3D feel. And that's probably going to be it for the day. Okay, so let's add in the section that we are still working on. So let's add art to the text background on section 1 to make the parallax pop more. The art will be rocks since we're talking about bedrock in the paragraph. And then the second section will be for a different day. Cool. So let's just refresh. That loading screen is going to really clean things up on load. That comes in, that parallaxes, and that changes. Okay, we're done. So I'm going to submit this into GitHub for the work of the day, and oops. There we go, that's not it. That's it. Cool. So thank you very much for tuning in, and if you have any questions, definitely please feel free to reach back out. If you have any suggestions, I'm definitely open to them. Like if you have a specific font that you think would look good, I definitely would want to try it because it's very easy to add them in. And until next time, have a great weekend.